Hey guys, it's Melanie and you're watching The Outdoor Plan. So today's video is going to be all about tips and tricks for your day hike. So first thing I want to say is you need to always keep your eyes and ears open. You want to keep your eyes on the trail. Definitely you want to check for rocks and roots and anything that could trip you up. You want to keep your footing, and you want to watch for snakes. So depending on the weather, snakes will be out and about. Sometimes they'll be ready to attack you. Sometimes, though, they'll be lazy. Maybe if it's like in a between seasons, anything like that, they might be too lazy and you could step on them. So you don't want that to happen. You always want to watch out for snakes and be careful, because some snakes, like copperheads, they blend in with the environment, and you want to make sure that you can see them and identify them. Always remember too that snakes with more of like a triangular shaped head, they're usually the venomous ones, and snakes with a rounded head aren't. So that's always important to remember too, because you want to know if it's harmless or not if you get bitten. I mean, you always want to seek medical help, but it might be more like immediately needed if you get bitten by a venomous snake such as a copperhead. But yeah, you also don't want to stick your hands or feet anywhere you can't see. You always want to be able to see it, and I wouldn't suggest poking anything with a stick if you can't see it, to clear yourself, or to clear the area rather, because you can arouse the animal and then maybe they'll be aggressive towards you. So don't do that. Just don't put your hand in there, period. Yeah. And then also, you want to be, if you have poles, I would recommend bringing them, because, like hiking poles, because you want to be able to fend off snakes that might attack you. So that's important too. And you also, like, if you see a snake on the path, don't just like start kicking it. Maybe try to gently like kind of get it off the trail, maybe, if it looks harmless enough and you know that it's not harmful, or just try to walk around it best you can, or go back if you think that you can't get around it without it attacking you. Also, be careful when you're picking anything up from the ground or sitting down, anything like that, where there might be something underneath you and you don't know. But if you get bitten, some tips are, you want to remain calm, you want to get medical help as soon as possible. And what you don't want to do, you don't want to apply a tourniquet, which kind of like cuts off the circulation. Like, you wrap a cloth around your skin to keep the blood from flowing too heavily. You don't want to do that. You don't want to cut open the wound. You don't want to apply ice, and you don't want to drink caffeine or alcohol right after the bite. That's important. But that's it for snake bites. Other than that, you want to walk at a pace that you can feel comfortable at. If you're huffing or puffing or anything like that, you probably aren't going at the right pace. So I would definitely recommend slowing down, because you don't want to wear yourself out, and you don't want to like faint or anything in the middle of the woods too. You also want to take breaks frequently, especially if you're huffing. Like, take a break for a while and sit down. Make sure to drink a lot when you're on your hike and eat quite a bit. Yeah. Make sure you're getting the right food too. You don't want too much processed food. Like, energy bars are great. So that's good. And you want to watch your time. So you want to be able to calculate at the beginning about how long you're going to take to get maybe to the top of the mountain if you're going to the top, and when to get back down, because you probably you want to be back to where you're going to like get off the trail if you're going to backpack or camp or anything, or go back to your car. You don't want to be stuck in the dark. So before the sun sets, you want to be like done with your hike. Also, it's important not to throw any trash into the woods, even if it's biodegradable. If you have, say, like an apple core, I would not recommend throwing that into the woods, because it can attract, like, animals will come because they see that there's food and they'll probably come closer to the trail. And B, those animals, if they get the food, you don't want them to have or to eat non-native food, because that can be dangerous for them sometimes, and it's not that great for the animals. Also, you want to just respect the animals in general. Don't walk up and feed the wildlife. They're on their own. If they're living there, they're finding some source of food. So don't feed any wildlife. And if you need to use the bathroom on the trail, also, it's important that you don't go too close to the trail. It's kind of some etiquette. So that's important. And you know what, I think that's all, other than like make sure you have your buddy with you and things like that. I'll definitely, coming up soon, I'll film a video about getting ready for your hike, whether it be a day hike or a backpack. It's probably going to be backpacking. But yeah, I'll see you then. Bye guys, have fun.